And 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 they know, and we go all in, and they know, 'cause we go all in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newest edition of What You've Been Missing each and every Sunday. I'm excited to be here. You excited to be here. And we excited to talk about what we finna talk about today. I didn't say we welcome to the All Dressed Up podcast with your host, my man right here, F Streams, and your boy K Dizzle DC. What up, F?
What up, K Dizzle DC? It's your
What's
boy F
going on,
Streams,
man?
man. We are back.
We are back. We are back. Studio 54, episode 54 is in the building. Talk to me, man. I know you had a good weekend.
Buddy,
I know. I seen the proof of it.
buddy, I'm gonna tell you what, like they say when you get older you can't drink like you used to. I don't know if that's the case or not, because I can still throw them back like I did when I was young, but I can't recover like I used to.
No, the
That's the
recovery.
big difference, man. But as people come on in and they trickle in, sorry for being 6 minutes late, but we back.
We
And
back, baby.
this tourist season, I want to give a shout out to Mama Hef. Happy birthday. I'm sure
Happy
she'll slide
birthday, Mama
through the
Hef.
chat. We'll catch her again. But happy birthday to my mom. We had a great time. If you know me, you know that on my mom's side of the family, it's like fully loaded with all women. So I had an
Mm,
opportunity to go out with my sister, my cousins, my aunts, and my mom's crazy. And we went out to the Nelly's brunch down on U Street, man, and it was a hell of a time. Shout out to them. Food was great.
mhm.
It was a fun show. It was a fun time. Had a lot of laughs, a lot of drinks. After that, we had somehow, somewhere you always slide by a casino now in Maryland, because you're like every 10 exits is a casino now. So
Yeah,
we popped up in MGM, and by that time I just had, one a little bit too many, and I realized it was time to go home. But fun weekend, and had a rough morning, but hey, man, you live to fight another day.
live to fight another day. You made memories, and that's all that matters. You got to be mindful too. There are different levels of sobriety, and there's a different levels of inebriation, if that's the word.
Yeah,
You're inebriated, right? You got all different types of people when they drunk. You got the angry people, you got the sad people, you got the crazy people, or you got the silent people that sit in the corner in the stupor, right? You got to know which one you are. You got to know what level and where you're at, and how you get to where you are. And tell my boy, I say, hey,
hey, K Dizzle, make sure we live on all platforms, man. I don't know if we live on all.
let's double check.
Little technical check. I had a call from the street saying we might need to double check our programming. But again, if you're still coming in, it's the All Just Up podcast. I know it looks like we went live on YouTube. We might not have turned on Facebook.
Yeah, YouTube is good. Hold on,
Yeah,
hold
Facebook.
on.
Facebook is a little sleepy. We gotta wake Facebook
Facebook,
up.
man. You know what? Um, Facebook is becoming exhausting, man. Because we got. I guess we may have to change on how we do with them for the simple fact that um, every time that we did recently, they were given those strikes. So
Well, yeah, we
we,
get a short period of a short timing strike, because it seems like as soon as we get struck
it
for the
should be
playlist
short.
sleepers, they release it.
Yeah, they release it. They immediately release it, which is crazy. So
So stick with us, guys. I mean, we love to give the to sleep with some love and talk about our musical playlist. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll figure out how we can not get shut down because
Not get shut down as
we
much.
ain't
Right.
stealing nothing. You know what I'm saying? We ain't doing nothing crazy. We just want to share some love to songs that we like to hear.
Oh, I see. Hold on. Let's see. Sending date. Yeah, you're right. It does. It says there we go. There we go. It should be coming up.
Shout
So
out to Shanae.
shout out to Shanae peeping that, peeping that, because it said sending data, and then I had to cut it off and cut it on to make sure that it was going there. So if you missed it, you missed it. We talked about Mama's birthday. Mama has in the building. She'll be in the building in a minute. We talked
She'll
about
be
how
in the
I had
building.
too many
Happy
drinks and
birthday.
ended up at the casino. shout out to the Brooklyn Nets messing up the parlay.
Man, I'm gonna say that for sports,
Let's
bro.
go. Let's carry on, man. Let's carry
Nah,
on.
what's your rant, man? Talk about you, man. I want to know what's going on with K Dizzle,
Oh
DC.
man, you know what? My rant tonight is going to be all about patience. Welcome to Filing In. We had some issues with Facebook, but it's still love. We're still out here. But look, tonight's rant is about patience. We're so caught up on running towards a goal that sometimes it requires patience and being able to stand still. And and another thing when we talk about patience, it gets confused with complacency.
Mm,
Patience is not complacency. It's about waiting for the right time and the right moment and having your things together to get you to where you're trying to go. And so I'm working consistently and staying patient for the right time, the right moments as they're coming, making sure that I'm prepared for it. So don't feel like if you're in a state of stasis or standstill that you're not moving. As long as you're doing, small steps here and there, you're getting closer towards your goal. So patience, patience. Hey mama, happy birthday.
happy
I didn't. By the
birthday.
way that half in the pictures look, I thought y'all might still be out cold. But happy birthday, happy belated birthday. Hope you had a great time. The pictures look great, and we love you. I love you. That's my rant for tonight. What you got, half lump?
Man, you always come through with some deep stuff, man. You know, that's why I wanted to hear from you, man, because it's been a while. But I had a couple things that I wanted to talk about today. I'm trying to figure out if I want to go on a positive note or do I want to go on, a real rant.
Do what
What
your
you
heart
think?
tells you to do.
So, huh, where do I want to go? What do I want to talk about today? I want to talk about. I'm gonna go in. Why not?
Go.
I want to talk about
Go.
these goddamn Brooklyn Nets. I'm gonna go in because I was going to take it somewhere else, but we're gonna get deep later with the deep dive. Let's go ahead and talk about it, man.
Okay.
Obviously, it's the NBA playoffs. I'm arguing with people left and right on Facebook talking
Mm-hmm.
about super teams, right?
Right.
Kevin Durant, he's a ring chaser. LeBron James, he's a ring chaser. They're making
Mhm.
super teams. I see Brooklyn, they're down 2 games. You know, I go by the MGM yesterday. I figured they got to get a win, right?
Right.
So I start touching the parlay, picking Brooklyn to start off everyone. Like, oh, they got to cover 6 point or 3.5. And I just don't know what happened to KD, man. It's a sad situation to see what's going on over there. They traded James Harden for Ben Simmons' crazy ass. He's sitting on the sideline looking all dressed up. Talk about the podcast, right? That's all dressed up for real. And I mean,
Exactly.
they've got nothing for them this season. So obviously Brooklyn didn't win. They're down 3-0.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they're the only team right
The
now
only team.
that's down 3 games,
Three
man.
zero.
And if you don't know, no team comes back from 3-0 deficits.
Mm.
So I just wanted to say, man, I'm shocked, man. So before we really like dive into sports, like,
Mhm.
is it done? Are the Brooklyn Nets already done before they got started? Is it time for Katie to go somewhere else again?
Strong possibility. I don't know. I know they play in Brooklyn, so they might win one more game. But outside of that, they they are a step above the Lakers. They're a step above the Lakers and
Yeah, they are.
what they have going, and their chemistry, but it's still not there. They're not because we're all the expectation is. I know we're going into sports, but the expectation is, you know, they're super teams. Like we imagine, we imagine Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Karl Malone, Reggie Miller, all being on the same team, right?
Mm.
And we expect them to absolutely dominate. But you got to remember, this is an entirely different generation, an entirely different league in which um, the motivations are entirely different. Because I'm gonna tell you my feeling on it, and we're gonna go past sports. We're gonna go into sports and just leave. My feeling is that they play different. They play differently because the I don't say the goal, but the mindset is different. Um, Jordan, Stockton, Malone, they all made decent money back then, right? They wasn't making like super generational wealth like
Not
they
off
are
their
now.
NBA contracts.
Huh?
Not off their NBA
Not off their
contract.
NBA contract, and not everybody got an endorsement deal. So when these cats are making, they can play for 2 years and be set for life, like set for life, and it don't, you come out a strong player.
That's what somebody told me actually earlier when I was talking about Ben Simmons. They was like, he might as well retire.
He
Like
might
he's
as well.
already rich. He
He
don't
don't.
want to play ball.
He don't have the drive to do it anymore.
Right.
He
Might
didn't.
as well just go retire.
Yeah, he might as well. I mean, it's just cut your losses, bro. And it's okay to go out go out like that. Everybody remember you for what they'll remember you for, and it's just a different mindset. So if everybody's not on the same page and has that kind of drive, that kind of fire, they ain't gonna win like that. So shout out to the NBA. Hopefully the Nets get it together.
So you know what? Let's roll into the NBA playoffs and finish up with what's going on in this first round. I'm not sure if you guys are winning any money, winning any bets that you're placing out there, but I'll tell you, Denver snuck away with one today. I thought Golden State had their ass for the sweep. It looked like Golden State had Denver on the ropes. They're playing Steph Curry off the bench, so
Yeah.
he starts to come in and get hot at different times. So it was a little
Hmm.
interesting, but Denver definitely pulled it out at home. They're down 3-1, but I still say that series is already over.
Yeah,
That
it's a
was more
wrap.
like a gentleman's sweep.
The mere fact that you're playing a legend on the bench
Yeah.
says volumes about your team. Says volumes about your team. So it's what it is.
And then the one interesting series that's like watching the heavyweight fight go back and forth is at Memphis and Minnesota. The
Hmm.
NBA's trying so hard to crown John Morant, as one of its up and coming young superstars. And with all due respect, I love John Morant. Like he's a great player.
Hmm.
But the young Minnesota Timberwolves said we here too. They got a lot of young talent. They got Edwards over there. They got Cat,
Yeah.
and they're balling out, man. So I don't know if you saw, but John Morant's dad, he's all over Instagram. He looks like Usher. John
That
Morant's
he
dad
does.
is on the sideline looking just like Usher,
That he does.
having a ball, man. What's up, Erica McCoy? One of our ride or dies. What up, Erica?
Yo, yo,
So
yo.
let's finish up with the playoffs, though, man. We got Dallas and Utah, another one of those series to where Rudy Gobert is playing soft as hell, supposedly the best defensive player in the NBA, but you never know. They're 2-2. The Pelicans are fighting with Phoenix. Devin Booker's out. Can the Pelicans upset the Phoenix Suns with Devin Booker being out 2 games? What you think?
No.
Okay. The Heat in Atlanta, they're actually playing right now as we speak. Last time I checked, the Hawks were getting work. They're probably going to be done in 5. Then you got Philly and Toronto. Philly will most likely wrap them up. Last time I saw that series, Drake was crying at Joel Embiid walking off after Embiid hit that game-winning three. Then we got Milwaukee and Chicago. I just want to see somebody crack fucking Greek freaks ass. I mean, I'm talking about hit him in the paint like it's the 90s because all I ever see him do is just run through people, man, and just dunk it.
All day.
Like somebody got to hit him, and then you got Boston. So that's the NBA playoff wrap up. You know, I still see Philly probably coming out the East, but Boston's looking real tough. Not to
Hmm.
sleep with Miami, and I'm still rocking with Golden State.
Yeah, I'm still rocking with Golden State and Phoenix, um, Miami, and I was, Brooklyn just seal their fate. That's what it is. Can't help them. Can't he can't win them all.
Hey, are y'all
And
getting to talk about the NFL real quick? Are y'all getting your boy Debo? Are the Eagles a potential landing spot?
who knows? Who knows? Jets, Lions, and Packers are top in the book. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens Thursday. I mean, anything can happen on Thursday.
And before we roll out of sports, man, Tyson Fury had a big knockout this weekend. He fought in London. He says it was his last professional boxing fight. Knocked a guy, a Jamaican dude named White, out with the uppercut. Mean uppercut, put him to sleep.
Hmm.
Typical Tyson Fury. Is he really retired? What you think?
Who does he have to fight? Who else does he have to fight?
Apparently, at the end of the fight, he's talking about a potential exhibition with Francis Ngannou from the MMA. He's a beast over there. They're starting to think about
Hmm.
putting together these hybrid fights.
Yeah,
That's going to draw millions of bucks. So that's where fighting comes. That's where
that's what
fighting
it's
is
coming
going
down
at.
to. Yeah,
You
that's what
know.
it's coming down to. Trying to merge the two, but he ain't got nobody to fight. After Anthony Joshua got cracked by that Mexican, ain't nothing else to it. Ain't
I
nothing
tell you
else
what.
to it.
I tell you what, man. If you put Mike Tyson in a plane and you can somehow pull off a exhibition there, he might knock you out because if you haven't heard, somebody was heckling my man on the airplane. I don't know what they were thinking. For one, that's a scary place to fight. I don't want to get into a tussle on an airplane. I've seen snakes on a plane,
Bro.
and it never ends up well when you up there, in fisticuffs.
Hmm.
So I'm sure you could probably find a clip, but if you haven't
Hmm.
heard, somebody had the nerve to have a little bit too much fun, probably too many box wines, little mini wines on the flight, and started talking shit to Mike Tyson. He had to put his paws on him, man.
They did it on purpose. They did it on purpose to get the rise out of Mike to do it.
You think so?
And absolutely,
I mean, it's Mike
absolutely.
Tyson. I don't think it's far fetched that he won't knock you the fuck out if you keep messing with him in public. I don't think he cares that much.
Hold on, I gotta find the. See, the problem is any video that you find that's with the news is going to be just a short clip of it. But let me pull up the one you sent me because the
Yeah,
one
yeah.
that you sent me shows the whole thing. So if you're going to be heckling your boy Mike, right? If you're doing it enough, you think it's like you said, it's like you playing with a snake. If you punch a snake a couple times, he's gonna bite you. He's as dumb as a box of rocks, man. This is crazy.
No doubt.
It's crazy. I can't for some reason. Oh, you know what? It's in the notes. But yeah, if
I
you
got
gotta
you,
be
bro. Because
dumb.
I want the people to see the clip if they
I wanted
haven't seen.
people to see the whole clip too. So I don't want to just do the news clip. Hold on. All right, there we go. Hold on. It was done by they sat there and just played with Mike like he a joke. Mike gonna lay his hands on you. I don't care what you say. He's a boxer, bro. He's gonna lay his absolute hands on you. If you
And
ain't
you know
seen
what? I think just because of the increase of technology now, everybody having a camera, you're just seeing more and more this athlete fan quote unquote interaction. Like people just think that you can just say whatever you want to these public figures and they're not going to say anything back or defend themselves. And I always just think it's just an absurd mindset to think that. Like even with the Kyrie Irving situation and
it.
the fans in Boston. I mean, it's funny, and it gets laughs here and there to see the middle fingers back and forth. But at some point, everybody's got to be an adult,
Hmm.
and you got to remember that it's sport, man. And Mike Tyson's sitting in there in the airplane, and you're sitting there berating the man, as you can see coming up. He's gonna obviously say something to defend himself.
Yeah, you go look at it.
This is George talking to Mike Tyson, bro. This shit crazy, bro. Mike Tyson.
He minding his
Oh, he
business.
got lit, man. He over here rapping with Tyson. Mike Tyson
Mike
trying to give
Tyson's
us some
probably like, yo,
shrooms.
go away.
He don't know how to act. Tyson looking out, man. That shit crazy.
He should have never gave you niggas money. peasants. They're peasants. Never mind. Hey. Hey, Mike, come on. Let's go stop back. Let's lose the horse, man.
JetBlue, mid-flight. My boy just got beat up by Mike Tyson. Turn that way. Yeah, he got
Yeah, he
up.
drunk.
Just trying to ask for an autograph, man. I don't know what happened.
Nah, he wasn't asking for an autograph.
No. He's asking to get whooped like he did.
And he should have got his ass whooped. I mean, at the end of the day, that's something light for Mike Tyson. And he's lucky that he gets to live and show the video off like it was a little badge of honor that he got to talk some shit. But it'll be a story he gets to tell his friends. But you might not be lucky the next time.
No.
So I wouldn't just be out there in the streets, just messing with anybody. But let alone like Mike Tyson, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
He getting 100% exactly what he deserved, bro. I'm not even mad. If they file charges, they file charges. Mike be all right.
And then speaking of knockouts, I also sent you a clip of a cop hitting a Black Lives Matter protester. And I couldn't tell, what sex that the protester was, but they were a pretty large individual.
Mm-hmm.
And
pretty large.
I did hear somebody referring to the person as being a woman.
Yeah, it was a woman.
It was a black Pennsylvania cop. And he smacked the Black Lives Matter protester.
Mm-hmm.
And down goes Frazier.
Here's my issue with any of it, with all of it, right? So all the ones that we keep seeing are the ones that people are instigating, are part of the instigating issue. So apparently, the one woman was getting arrested, and the other one came in to intercede, right? So let me pull this thing up. The other one came in to intercede. Okay. Oh shoot. Let me do it this way. There we go. So that's the one with the bush is interceding, right? The one with the braids supposed to be getting arrested. There it is. Hold on, run it back. Oh, whoa. Yeah. So that's the issue, right? She's getting arrested. The other one's is interceding in front of the police trying to arrest her.
I see it. Okay.
This is all that happened before, and then she tried to get in the middle of it.
Okay. So she tried to break up the apprehension.
Yeah, she tried to break it up. What up,
man.
Marlo? What's good?
What up, Marlo, man? That shit look good as hell, too. I saw what you was cooking, man. Made me hungry for a second. I'll tell you, man, it must be, I'm gonna let you go, Kados, but it must be the time of the shit slappers. Like the slaps that I've been seeing coming out, I don't think I want to take a slap. I'd rather get punched because these slaps have been vicious, man.
Yeah.
They've been some mean and vicious slaps. Did you see how hard that person went down off that slap?
As a man from another, I do not want to get slapped. That is the utmost disrespect.
Man, he put the shit in that slap.
But he did. I mean,
he put the sizzle in that slap. Slapped all the shit out that he turned his hip. There's some science and some slaps.
Hey, just be glad that it was open-handed. Okay, just be glad it was open-handed. You don't
with a slap like that, with an open hand slap like that, I'd hate to feel your punch.
Look, if it's not your place to get involved, if the police are doing what the police are doing, let the police do what they're gonna do. Whether it be now, if a man is follow through perfect form, solid, that 10 to slap.
Even the Russian judge gives that slap a 10 out of 10.
Look, I have to agree with Marlo. I have to agree with your assessment on the slap. Truthfully, because she went down in an immediate plank position. It wasn't even the buckle. The knees didn't buckle. It was so hard.
The speed of time that elapsed from vertical to horizontal off that slap was incredible.
Split second. The feet immediately became loosed from the ground.
Parallel. But turn her into a parallelogram. had a bitch looking like a rhombus.
Stay out of harm's way. Stop doing that, bro. It's not your place. It's not your place. Now, if the cops are beating her senseless, then you get involved. But she's getting arrested. It's a wrap.
Who
Go
got the
pick her up
worst?
from the station.
Who got the worst whooping? Her or him or the Mike Tyson
Um,
situation?
I'm going to say the Mike Tyson situation because for one, the dude was drunk. He ain't
Well,
gonna feel it.
he was already seated.
He was already sauced, so he ain't gonna feel it till tomorrow. And he go to the doctor and have cranial hemorrhage. Because I'm gonna tell you something about Mike. Mike Tyson does not hit soft. It don't matter how old he is.
Especially when the punches is coming down on you from the damn vent in the
From an enclosed
airplane.
area.
When you turn a little fan,
It's
and Mike
right in
Tyson
the
punches
area.
are coming from
Yeah.
there, boy, you in trouble.
Shoo.
So moving on from that, I don't really think we gotta pull it up, but if you follow ASAP Rocky, he got locked up for some old shit, and he had a big old bond. So I hadn't really read too deep into the story, but I know he was just celebrating, his upcoming child
Mhm.
expectancy. But apparently he got jammed up, so hopefully he can get a good lawyer, good legal team together, figure that situation out.
Talking about securing the bag. Good
What?
God.
Jada Pinkett said her family's focus is on deep healing. I hate you, Jada. I hate you, Jada. You go sit down and get on the red table and heal and
I
heal.
was literally thinking the same thing. Looks to me,
Like
but
I
you get
just
to
just
my nerve.
shut the fuck up.
You get to
Like
my
like
nerve.
I tell you what, I'm not one to talk a lot of shit, and I would back it up. Like if I saw Will Smith, I wouldn't be scared. I still tell her
That
shut
would
the
be-
fuck up. Just shut the fuck up.
Look, man. Every time I see your face now, I get irritated. And
Up.
when you get to that point with somebody, you just don't want to be involved. I don't understand. Will's gonna stay there
You
in
know what?
spite of, in spite of. We
What's up,
focus
man?
on deep healing. Get the fuck out.
I just got an idea, right? We should come out with a shirt. One side is Will Smith laughing and clapping, and the other side is Jada giving that face. Like, are you really laughing at my scoop ball? But they give up those updates. Your boy Trey Songz getting sued allegedly for $5 million for groping a woman's breast on camera. I don't hate Jada. I just think she should shut the fuck up.
She's irritating. I,
So
she just drama follows Jada.
she's a creature of chaos, man.
I'm not calling her a creature.
How you go? All right, let me ask you a question. Your boy doesn't get into any solo trouble. I can't tell you the last time Will Smith got in any trouble. So
That's
why
right.
does every situation entangle her? That's his kryptonite, man.
Speaking truth. You're speaking truth. I
So
apologize.
so moving on to Trey Songz. Moving on to Trey
Ah,
Songz. What's that song used to come on in the club? Used to crank.
which
I know
one?
somebody. What do you used to say?
Which one?
It's somebody's birthday right now.
Oh,
No,
it's
somebody's
somebody's
birthday
birthday. It's all right.
right now.
Go, girl. It's
Yeah.
your birthday. You're terrible. You get no
And
love.
then you should have known he was up to
Say
no
ah.
good when he
Yeah,
was telling
say
people
ah.
say just don't use no hands.
Mm.
He using his hands allegedly, groping breasts. $5 million breasts. I don't know,
Mm.
man. That's expensive.
And the other one is saying that if they ever do a documentary on him,
Mm,
that it would be worse than R. Kelly's. I don't know how you can get worse than that.
that's scary. I don't know.
I don't know how you can get worse than that.
That's how you sell something. If you come out the gate saying this is going to be worse than R. Kelly, oh, it's going to sell.
Yeah,
People
let's go
gonna line
sell
up.
it.
I
And
hope it's
so
not true though.
I don't think I don't know if it's true. I think he might have done a whole bunch of raunchy stuff. And now another person after that lawsuit and that podcast came out is coming out saying that he did something.
Mm.
I think they're all gonna come out the woodworks. All of those without NDAs will come out the woodworks.
And maybe in a future show we can get a professional who's involved in this type of background on clinical psychology, or maybe who've worked with certain men who've had these issues. Because I mean, you see people of success, all different types of guys, getting caught up in these scandals, man.
Mhm.
And we're gonna talk about on today's episode, monogamy and infidelity and situations like that when it comes to men and the decisions that we make. But this is a little bit, extreme when it comes down to these cases. And I can't, I don't understand it. So I like to be educated on what people find out of what these guys think and what they expect to get away with.
I just think they're easier targets. I mean, you think they're easier targets when you get to a certain level of stature or notoriety or fame or whatever you want to call it,
Do
fortune.
they think that they can get away with this type of stuff? Because the type of shit that they get reported on doing, you would think like the audacity, like damn, they had a nerve to do some shit like that.
Mm-mm. No, when you get to that certain point, a certain amount of fame, they think, the wealthy get away with stuff all the time.
Mm.
You can buy your way out of a lot of situations, unfortunately. That's the way the American justice system works. You can buy your way out of a lot of trouble. Hands
Speaking of
down.
speaking of buying your way out of trouble, um, before we wrap up entertainment news, Meg Thee Stallion is on Gail King singing the blues about the shots that allegedly fired out that rang out about a year ago. That nobody's seen the bullet,
Was
nobody's
it a
seen
year
the
ago?
gun. It's been a minute.
I feel like it was more than a year ago. Or
It's been a minute.
is that just social media stagnation? But you gotta most women money are ho. But he- why are you still talking about this? The mere fact is she's still talking about it means she still has issues with it. But
Because it's still unclear,
if it's
and
people make it
it's affecting a lot of people. It's affecting
who
careers.
a lot of who
It's affecting her. But
it's a lot of who. But look, if it's
my whole
affecting
thing
you,
is, if he shot her, I've never seen nothing move like this.
exactly.
In my history on this earth, I've never seen no shit like this before. And this is like, it's not even funny for real though, because it's like, we got to talk about, like we talked about before, are black women really that unprotected to where you can have this go down? And, if, I don't know, man, if Jennifer Lawrence got shot in the streets, would this shit still be going on? I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm not trying to make it a race thing, but I've never seen a woman say she got shot for over a year and nothing go down, and we don't even know if it's true or not.
Yeah, I don't have any words for it. It's like you're trying to keep drama too far for too long. That's the only thing you have to talk about. Why is it the only thing you have to talk about? You out here making songs, making hits, making music. Yeah, you continue to bring up this trash situation. And the mere fact that nobody's been charged or anything like that, if you stop the charges or you refuse to press charges, then live with it and move on. The other thing that's freaking we're not protected. We got to protect black women. But
Right.
you know, look, we have to protect black people as a whole. Period. Black men aren't protected. Black women aren't protected, and it's becoming more prevalent because of the last few years that we've had that's brought that racism back to the forefront. But let's talk about Megan Thee Stallion. Her her single that's coming out is called Plan B, right?
Yeah.
So
Let's get
Plan
into
B, Plan B has been not only been trending, but sales for Plan B have gone up. You mean live with it? Now, what I'm saying is, we have she has to figure out instead of um, continuing keeping well, she's keeping this drama open and alive, right? And you're keeping it in the forefront and to the media, which tells me that after years gone by, you have done nothing. I don't know what we can see or what you have done to really deal with it. Either you're gonna press charges or you're not gonna press charges.
Well, put the number up, K. Denzel, because that's what I was gonna ask. Like, did anybody see what her ultimate goal is? as far as like where she wants to see the trial go, like what closure she's looking for. Like I'm not gonna debate if she got shot or not, Marlo. You know what I'm saying? But if everything that she said was true, what's she looking for? Like, does she want him to Does she want Trey Songz to go to jail? Does she want his career to be over? Was it a situation where it got out of hand, but they could still reconcile? I don't know. Like, did anybody see that part of the
You
interview?
don't know nothing, bro. It's still a matter of hearsay. That's all it is. And so you're right. It's sympathy for
So
her,
she
her sympathy, her feelings hurt. Exactly. I'm not interested. This was a year ago. I'm not interested. Four people just, I mean, a 4-year-old just got shot in the city, in DC, and we worried about this other dude that shot up and missed a bunch of people and finally killed himself.
did she do the WAP video post the gunshot?
Post gunshot. Post gunshot.
So WAP came out after the gunshot.
WAP came out post gunshot.
Is that something that's like we should look down on her for? Was
What?
her
No,
career was her career supposed to
I'm
stop when
not
she
looking.
got shot?
She's yes, she
Right,
was shot.
right.
She was still shot. We're not condoning that. Um, but what I'm saying is this: why are we still okay?
I'm telling you why.
Why?
She has so many people that probably wanted to get that story. She probably has so many different angles she could have gone with that. I think that something happened along the way where she decided to put her foot to the floor on him. Speaking of Trey Songz, right? I see the comment chat going live right now. 301-857-1757. We back. It's the All Dressed Up podcast. But think about it. You Meg the Stallion, you the hottest entertainer out right now. Right?
Mhm.
You headline and WAP, pussy wet like Bianca said, fresh off the gunshot. She can go to any
Oh,
outlet.
this
She can go
why
to
it's finally in court.
right. They are finally in court. But my whole thing is you got people releasing information before they even go to court. Like there's other bloggers that's releasing information allegedly about their case that's supposed to be court documented.
Hmm.
So I think she has to be careful on who she talks to. Trey Songz got in this because he's getting sued allegedly for $5 million for groping a breast. That's an expensive breast.
Yeah, it's expensive.
And then we ended up rolling into um, your girl Meg the Stallion. But we talked about Trey Songz briefly, and we were talking about us probably trying to talk to a professional to see if we can get some people that know about these dudes being so dominant. Like Shanae said, money allegedly makes men feel, I guess, the power, but these dudes are doing things that you can't come back from. Like the types of alleged crimes that I'm hearing about, that's not like the if I get caught. That's like the if I get caught, like, oh well, like these are some crimes. It's like, these are pretty heinous. So that was the whole Trey Songz thing. As far as I wonder if y'all let me read this comment. I wonder if y'all would have that same energy if your daughter came home and told y'all some man grabbed her breast. I didn't have any energy against this woman that's suing for $5 million.
This
I'm not against this. I want to make it clear. I'm not against this woman saying she was groped and making fun of her. I just said that's an expensive breast because it is.
Mhm,
Facts. He's gonna pay $5 million for that grope. Now, if it was
mhm.
my put the number up, K Dizzle. If it was my daughter, Shanae, he'd catch the hands.
He should have already caught the hands.
Right? So that's just unfortunate gonna be the case because there's no age limit on getting your ass whooped when it comes down to disrespect and assaulting somebody's child. And I'm not down, and I don't condone any type of assault. So if Trey Songz shot Meg the Stallion, he should deal with the consequences. It's not my business. I'm not the police. Whatever they're gonna be. If Trey Songz is out there groping breasts, he needs to deal with the consequences. You can't be out here in these streets just running around grabbing titties and doing that types of shit.
Well, that's Tory Lane shot her, not Trey.
What I say?
He said Tory
I'm
Lanez.
sorry.
Tory Lanez did.
Yeah,
Tory
please
Lanez
clear
did
that
a
up.
heap of trouble.
I don't
A
listen to
whole
Tory
lot.
Lanez music.
Tory
I
Lanez.
don't even listen to Tory Lanez music.
Look, like I said, the biggest issue is the mere fact that it's been a year and a half, or whatever the case may be. Oh, don't do that. That's one of the reasons why we need to be reprotected. You have a great president once said, "Yeah, a great president." At what point, as adults, do we take accountability for our actions, regardless of gender?
But see, Bumpy, I'm talking about men today. The women can come on here and speak for themselves. They can text in, they can comment, right?
Hmm.
But I'm gonna be accountable for us today. So we're talking about men making grown men decisions, shooting females, putting their hands on private parts and genitalia and stuff. And we're also going to get into the deep dive, which is overall monogamy and why men seem to always mess up a good thing. Because another good interview that we're going to bring up is Shaquille O'Neal. And
Mm.
that's coming up in a few minutes. But Shanae says, do y'all think black women are believed less when it comes to admitting they were a victim of a crime? Great question.
No, I think. Well, what crime we talking about? What crime we talking about?
Is it
You
crime
think black
specific?
women believe less when it comes to admitting they were a victim of a crime? What
Let's
crime we
talk
talking?
about sexual assault. Let's say rape.
To say rape?
Is race playing a factor on a rape
No, that's
claim?
it's gender playing a factor.
Gender
It's
and
gender
race.
playing a factor. I think men are less inclined to be believed when they said they got raped. Depending on let's
Nah, man, you gotta answer the question, Kate Dizzle.
what?
Do you think black women are believed less? Before you get into men, do you
Hmm.
think black women coming to the station
Hmm.
are believed less?
No. Mm-mm.
Because her point is if Becky yelled out she got raped, the whole world stops. See,
Well,
I've heard.
see, now
Let me
you
say
talk
one
about.
quick thing. Let me say one quick thing,
Go ahead.
and taking it off of the sexual assaults. Just like when it came down to people missing,
Hmm.
there has been a lot of history, and I've just saw some documentaries and some stories of, you know, um, women of outside races just becoming missing and vanishing, and I guess not being taken as serious as far as them being
Hmm.
found. I did hear stuff like that.
Yeah, we full of shit. See, now you talking you coming at two different angles. Men, and you talking about gender, or you talking about race? Which
She
one we
said black
talking about?
women. She said black women
She said
specifically.
black women, but then she said, "What if Becky yelled out she got raped?"
So
So
she's
that's two different
comparing.
things.
She's comparing. Not to speak. I'm not going to speak for her in the chat. I'm taking it as she's saying that if a black woman yelled rape, it wouldn't be taken as serious as if a quote unquote Becky yelled rape. I don't know.
That's a race thing. That's a race thing, and we already have the understanding that our culture, our system, is inherently biased against minorities, black, Mexican, Korean, Asian, whatever you are, with an extra dash towards African Americans because of the history and the culture of our country. We are 100% inherently aware of that. And anybody that says anything different is a liar, cheat, and a steal.
Not to put you on the spot, but the Gabby Patillo story. Do you think if she was, maybe Spanish or black, she'd have had the same coverage?
You said Gabby Petite.
Gabby Patillo, the one that went missing, and they were going cross country traveling, her and her boyfriend, and it came out that her boyfriend ended up killing her.
No, no, I don't think
They
so.
made they did a whole like documentary special.
No, how do you say that? Oh, Bumpy going hard. We're gonna catch him in a minute, but shout out to the one and only hashtag hoes can grow. What's up, boo? Talk to you.
What's
Talk to you,
good? What's good, Bianca?
Y'all shit tonight, huh?
man. Of course, of course. What you bringing to the
Y'all shit
table?
tonight. Y'all know damn well. Let's be clear. If you shoot me and I'm fucking with you, you got the game fucked up. You can't shoot me. I'm fucking with you.
Hmm.
How you shoot me? I don't give a fuck what's going on. How you shoot me?
What did she do when he shot her?
I don't give a fuck what she did. We knew that she was with him, right?
Right.
How she get shot?
But aren't you
The friend was
pressing
with them too. It was a
are
girl
you
with them
pressing
too.
charges? Are you
Fuck
pressing
the
charges?
friend.
Huh?
Fuck her too.
Uh,
How did Megan get shot?
Are
And
you
If she was
pressing
dealing
charges
with
though?
that dude.
Are you
If she was dealing with that dude, she was dealing with that dude, right?
right?
How she get shot?
I don't know. There's no
Y'all
excuse for
playing
it.
with me. Y'all not finna play with me in my face.
But who said she had glass? But who said?
Glass
But who said the shit about the glass?
what?
They were saying something about at some point in the story she had glass in her feet and it wasn't a bullet.
Nah,
What?
she got shot.
Yeah, shot.
There was a
So
bullet in her foot. She had surgery.
so
She got shot.
so B, if your man shoots you and
Ain't
you
no
don't
man
press
shooting
charges,
me.
but what I'm saying is,
I
all right,
just came in with why? Why would you shoot me?
She gotta grow. She gotta grow. She gotta grow out here in these streets.
Why is he shooting me?
She got shot before WAP.
she got shot before
No,
WAP.
she had WAP before WAP.
She had WAP. She had WAP before the gun went
She
off.
got
But
WAP. She got
She
WAP
had
with the
WAP
WAP.
before the gun went off.
but are you pressing charges?
Tell me why she was shot.
Are you pressing charges?
Yes.
Okay, that's my thing.
I'm pressing
Are you
charges.
locking
Yes.
You know why I'm pressing charges? Because I got WAP.
Exactly. What I'm saying is,
So I'm not getting ready to retaliate. I'm not. Me, we talking about Megan. Because
mhm,
me is retaliation.
right.
Retaliation is a must.
We're talking about shot for shot.
HCG.
Fuck outta here.
HCG.
Yeah, if we talking about me, but we talking about Megan, somebody with some, you know what I mean, a little bit of money, a little bit of clout, you know what I mean, whatever. So if I was Megan, yes, I'm pressing charges.
Right.
So where she go from here? She pressed charges and like she
I
she
don't know
want him
about the
over.
Gayle King thing. You feel me? I'm not feeling Gayle King since Kobe.
Me neither. That's what I'm
So,
saying. She crying the blues on that jump, Bianca.
I didn't even watch it because it was Gayle.
Exactly. Did.
I'm not watching it.
So
But
go ahead.
you're not fitting to shoot me with wet pussy.
That's the quote. That's the quote of the day. Marlo,
No,
stamp that quote.
we ain't
so-
finna do it. We ain't finna do
So
it.
look, so Bianca, look.
If we want, but now that we're here, because we're here now, she has been shot. She has been shot, right? She been shot. My thing is, what happens next? Tory Lane's been making music don't make sense for years. Before why? I've never been a fan.
That
But
Canada
the only,
shit.
that song, you know, and say it, yeah, that song. That's the only song.
It's hard to fuck that song up though, Bianca.
That's a nice song. Like that song is nice. I like that song. Still to this day, I like that
So
song.
Bianca, in your view, do black women, I believe, less when it comes to admitting they're a victim of a crime?
She is a victim. She was shot.
I know we talking about just in general. You think they
Some
believe less
bitches
when
be
they admit?
playing with it. I ain't mind. Some bitches be playing victim. Like, no. And I'm saying on
Some
this
bitches be playing
aspect,
with it.
they be playing. Yeah, because some bitches deserve to get popped. You feel what I'm saying? You know bitches that think they harder than niggas.
So they ain't got no WAP. They ain't got no WAP.
I'm saying, like, you know, crazy. You think that you can go ahead and beat
Uh-oh.
a live real dude?
Uh-oh.
You
You feel what I'm
breaking
saying?
up.
Like, I'm not. What? I'm shaking.
Nah, I appreciate you coming through. You coming through, bringing that shit tonight, Bianca. And I love you to death. But I'm with you though. Like, it's no excuse for that grown ass man to pull no gun.
Yeah, you shaking
You
like
can't pull
you
no
shaking like
girl.
that pizza back in the day.
Nah, you can't pull no gun on that girl. And like the chat saying right now, you know, people pull triggers when they scared.
Mm-hmm.
Bumpy Johnson says a scary MFer will pull the trigger before a real MFer. So why was he so afraid though? That's my question. Like this is an interesting story to me. I don't know why a lot of people swept it under the rug because I honestly kind of want to know what happened. Like, not to come off like a Karen, like I'm the
No
police,
gun
but I'm just kind of interested. Like,
on that nigga.
was she
He was
beating up on
saying
him? Was she putting her hands on his little 5'2" ass and he couldn't handle it and he wanted to come out the car like Scarface? I don't know. But again, this goes back to what we talked about 2 episodes ago or last episode when I said a decision leads to a decision,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
The decision that had him get that gun, load it up, put it in the car with them when they got security was a decision he made. When he pulls it out, that's the next decision he made. Then what's he going to do with it? Is the
She,
third
she,
and final decision.
she 3 times bigger than him. But here's the thing.
If she got on top of him like Mike did in that airplane on Slim,
Yeah.
and little Tory Lanez is in the back seat talking about say it, and she's on top of him, the stallion is getting them paws, them kicks off.
It's like he's Norbit and she's Norbit's girlfriend. Yeah, yo, he is like 4'7". He's like a little Asian woman. But
You
here's
should
the
have been
thing,
a
man.
titty biter.
You don't ever if I don't care who you are, as a man, you don't pull no gun on no woman, especially if you're familiar with that woman. You've been around her, y'all dating, whatever the case may be, and secluded, whatever it is. You're not pulling a gun on a woman, and you're not pointing it at her. Period.
I
You
mean,
gotta figure out at some point you're independently wealthy, you're an artist or whatever the case may be. You gotta understand that um, everything that you do has a direct consequence on your life from here on out. Not only just that's where we are now. We like we talked about before, but you got a lot more you can lose
he
immediately.
pull, he gets found out that he shot that girl for real. Because I think right now people don't know.
Hmm.
If he gets found out that he shot that girl, his career's over. So he
It's
better
been
get
over.
like Bianca was saying, he's been making music throughout this whole situation.
Hmm.
He better cash out while he can because he's probably not going to be able to come back to the U.S. and get money.
Hmm.
He's from Canada, so with that being a crime that he committed on U.S. soil, they're gonna send his ass back over there, and he's gonna have to get his money, performing in shows in Toronto. So that's the Trey Songz, Meg The Stallion. 301-857-1757 is the number to join the conversation. AK Dizzle, what's up with your boy Shaq? Let's talk about that Shaq interview that went viral when he stood out and pretty much, showed people what it was like to be a man and be accountable. And he talked about his relationship. I don't know if I should say his failed marriage, but a marriage that he was in publicly. And let's go ahead and play that clip if you got it.
Hold on, give me a minute. Go ahead, talk a little bit about because I got to find that part. It's an hour and a
Yeah,
half
I
part.
ain't mean to jump over it on you, but
No, go ahead.
basically, there's some guys that were part of the I Am Athlete podcast, and the dude's name is Crowder. Used to play for the Dolphins back in the day, but he's interviewing Shaq, and he's talking to Shaq in a way like it's his man, like buddy, like, man, I know you did your thing, like, you know, boy, that Jay is gone. You smacked Bumpy Johnson. So he was kind of like trying to let Shaq off the hook. And every time that he did it, Shaq was like standing on it, like saying, like, nah, I really, ruined that relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It was my fault. Shawnee was a great person. She did what she was supposed to do. And I was like, man, like I haven't heard an athlete, let alone a retired athlete of Shaq's stature, come out and stand up for what he did. And he didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was an interesting conversation to bring on the podcast because why do men tend to fuck up good situations? We can hear you, Bianca, all the way through the end when you got a little shaky.
Mm-hmm.
But what we're talking about now, Bianca, and the rest of the chat is why do men again make these bad decisions when they got good things? Like he said he had something great with Shawnee, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was asking you before the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're a man of a certain age. I'm 36 this year, right?
Yeah.
How old are you, K Dizzle?
41, my guy.
You're 41. And basically, I'm asking, why do men fuck up good situations with women? And I'm talking about men specifically. Obviously, the women can come on here and chime in, but why do you think overall men tend to do that? What Shaq said.
Mm, mm. Where you want to start?
Let's
That's a
start.
loaded,
Let's start up here. We can start. You know,
that's a loaded question.
at what point does a man know that he fucked up? Do you have to be a certain age? You have to be a certain age.
Cause y'all think we're gonna stay forever. um,
Do you realize that shit when you become older? Do you realize after you've lost a good woman, and then you kind of clean it up and take your L and move on, and put together what you learned in your next situation? Or what do you think?
hold on. Let me. Y'all let y'all insecurities get the best of y'all. Hold on. Let me let let me let her come back in and answer this question. I'm gonna let you get a female version,
I
and
love
then
I, I love this.
Say the question again, because I'm dead. Y'all got me dead. What?
go ahead, have.
When do you
I mean,
realize what? Say it
the
again, Marcus.
general the general question, Bianca, is why do men fuck up a good thing?
We don't know. The fuck? We been
You
talking
said
about
WAP and
saying
all that.
fuck. No, that ain't gonna keep a nigga. Obviously.
Right.
It's
Break
not
it
gonna
down.
stop him from shooting her.
So break it down. What you
We
think?
don't fucking know. All we do is be loyal, be great women, and still get fucked. But my thing is this: the question is on y'all. When do you realize you got a good thing going?
Yeah,
When it's gone?
that is the question, and that's what I'm trying to
When
find
it's
out.
gone? Because let's be clear, you had a good woman from the get go. If she good now, she was good from the get go.
Mm, mm.
And we all know
All
hoes
right.
can grow.
So let me let me let me answer this question. Let me get my answer question. All
Bianca,
right,
come
B.
back. You getting
I love you.
shaky again.
Huh? Let me answer this question. It. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. Okay. Same way that why do they mess up a good thing? Because usually it's because they're selfish. Usually it's because they're selfish. More oftentimes than not, it's because they don't know how to communicate. If a man steps out for whatever reason the case may be, it's because he's either selfish or he doesn't know how to communicate. It's one of the two. You could be selfish in thinking that you can have it all, or you can not know how to communicate to your spouse what you're missing and go find it out in the streets, thinking that's going to satisfy whatever urge or itch or ever whatever concern or missing piece that you think you have. So those are the main two reasons, and not realizing what you have. It's just a after effect. It's an after effect. So cheating is a selfish act. A woman can do it all perfectly, and if he wants to cheat, he's gonna cheat.
And
Well,
and that
so,
goes and that
so,
goes
so
both ways, but we're gonna stick
what?
with the men
Yeah.
tonight.
So the other part to that is that you think that you're doing it all perfectly. We think that we're doing it all perfectly, uh, but
Good one. Good
but
one.
we're
Come on,
not.
K Dizzle, talk your shit tonight.
We're not doing it all perfectly because um, if a man has everything that he needs, all the quells are satisfied. He's not looking for anything else. Say, oh, okay, just woke it up. He is not looking for anything else. He's not searching for anything else, and that's all based on making sure that the bond between you and him is open and secure to the point where you can talk about the things that you don't normally talk about to anyone or anything, and you can be okay with opening up and saying, "Hey, babe, I'm missing this. I need this. I need that." Um, she could say Shani did it all right. It was all on him. That was selfish. That was selfishness, right? That was absolute selfishness because he felt that he was in a position where he can do those things. Um, at the same time, um, we can. She could have did it all absolutely right, except for one or two things that would have kept him from even considering that. So you got to. So there is a part to that. There really is a part to that. So it's either selfishness or lack of communication, one of the two. Um, a man don't go searching for it um, unless he feels like he's missing something. Unless he feels like he's missing something, or unless he feels like he can get away with it. So,
Let's
what's
talk about let's talk about that. 301-857-1757 to join the conversation. K Dizzle DC dropping facts on monogamy and men. And Bumpy Johnson, you came out with a paragraph. So he says most men step out because it's something that women isn't giving them. And most times it's something that they have brought to the forefront and the woman has ignored. So that's an excuse. And that's the first thing that we got to realize as men, Bumpy Johnson, because I talked to my therapist and I was telling them different urges that I get and different things that I've gone through in my life that I would resort to when I felt certain ways, when I felt certain, I guess, feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like if I felt sad or if I felt down, I used to go out to the club. Or if I felt frustrated after a long day's work, I would run out to the bar. I used to do these types of things.
hmm
And I would talk to my therapist and I would say, I can't come home and talk to my girl about all my problems because she's tired of hearing it, right? She's tired of hearing me complain about how much I'm working and how hard I'm doing at my job and all the shit that I'm going through. So I want to go out. My escape is I want to go out to the bar and talk shit because right now my girl don't want to hear it. And then he says to me, "No, Marcus, that's an excuse. You got to deal with your insecurity. You got to deal with the fact that you can't come home and keep complaining. That's the problem,
hmm
right? That's the problem. The initial problem is what Bumpy said is on the forefront, because now you can't come home and drop all your shit on your wife. You want to
Right.
go run now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that was just something on the surface personal for me because I would think of my urges will come, and when I say urges, just to do anything. Like in order for you to cheat, you got to put yourself in a position to cheat, right?
hmm
But it is communicating. But you have to communicate to where it's accepted, Bumpy, because in the beginning of my relationship, my girl would kind of allow me to just come home and drop that emotional baggage on her. But it gets to a point where she's like, all right, are you just complaining or are you looking for a solution?
Right.
Right? And we can always come home after a long day. And yeah, you might be the man, you might be the breadwinner, and you might, feel like you've done your due for the family. And then come home and just spew all your shit while you drinking your beer, hitting your J. But your girl was with the baby, your girl worked as well. And I'm not trying to sit here and just be all, trying to sound like I'm being all on my girl's side, but I'm just trying to keep it real. You know what I'm
No, you
saying?
gotta you gotta recognize that everybody's got a cup. You
Everybody's
can't
got a
just
cup.
you can't just
Exactly.
dump all your stuff into somebody else's cup and expect it not to run over one day.
And what happens is that shit comes to a head.
hmm
And you can communicate and you have to explain why you're saying what you're saying and what you want. Because, I get to a point to where, you know, cat queen. I get to a point to where, I might not believe that I'm going all the way through with cheating, right? I'm gonna make it personal.
hmm
But if I get short on conversation, I like to talk shit and I might, get in a conversation with another female. And
hmm
I've had situations to where I've been loose on my phone conversing with women, and you can't do that when you're in a relationship.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? And I can make the excuse. I can make the excuse of, oh well, this is why I did it, or this is why I'm talking this shit over here because I'm not doing this, but I got to be accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's just what I'm saying for myself. Like I got to be accountable. So go ahead, bro.
No, but um, Brick says men are rather simple. I'm sex, food, and appreciation. Most of us men are might appreciate it, but always adults can communicate until it's time to talk. I think where we get caught is this. We're so used to having one sided conversations. we always want to release that tension or that issue, and we don't allow the other person to come in and have that conversation, like my boo right here. So
Y'all get
it
on my
can't
nerves
always be a
tonight.
one-sided conversation. So
Do your thing. You always welcome. Do your thing, Bianca. I'm sorry, K Dizzle.
go ahead.
Y'all
No,
getting on my nerves tonight. Y'all getting on my nerves tonight.
go
Let
ahead.
me tell y'all why y'all getting on my nerves tonight. Y'all can have the best thing sitting beside you.
Hmm.
Sitting beside you. Y'all act like it's Barney. It's magical. Y'all act like it's like it could be there. It could stay where it's at. No,
Hmm.
we are the prize.
Hmm.
That shit, you will get lost.
Hmm.
I done seen many men get lost.
Yep.
And females. They done had you. You chose to see if the grass was greener on the other side.
But why did he choose that?
She says she don't
I could
know.
care less.
Okay. See, wait, 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 wait,
I could
wait.
really care less why you felt that way because I could care less because on the same aspect, I'm still over here.
Right. But let me share something
Why
with
do
you.
I give a fuck about that? I was still giving you 100%. You chose to
Okay.
get. You remember how what they say that like that 80-20 shit?
Right. But here's what you got, B. You're giving 100%, but he's missing. You're giving your 100%, but he might be missing 10% of what he needs. You follow what I'm saying? And he's not good at communicating what he needs. And so, unless you have that conversation, even though you feel like you give it 100%, making sure that everything's okay, making sure that everything's all right. Same way he got to have that conversation with you.
But he
Because if
still got
he's
to be
giving
accountable
100%
though.
and you're missing
Right. He
10%,
still gotta be accountable for what he's done.
And I'm not
Like
trying to simp out.
I'm talking about people like marriages, like people that's just together. You know what I'm saying? You can really in and out that shit. Like
hmm
you don't really you you can choose.
That's like me saying, look,
You
I fucked
you can
around.
choose to cheat. You
That's like
can
me
choose to
saying,
cheat.
hey
That's your
Bianca, that's like
choice
me
though.
saying I fucked
But a
around
woman like
because
me is gonna react on your choice. You feel what I'm saying?
hmm
Because it's due to tango.
Right, right, right. It takes two to tango,
So
and
if
it
you
takes.
choose to step outside this tango,
Hmm.
why would I marry you?
Very
very
true.
true.
Well, why did you choose to step out of the tango? Why did
But
you
you
choose
can't
another
come
Somebody
back.
dance
do
But
partner?
you
that.
can't come
You
back. But you
somebody
can't
do.
come back and say
I can't
I
worry
did
about
it.
why you choose to. A good chick ain't trying to worry about why you choose to
What?
step out.
What a good
That could
here.
be anything. That could be anything.
So what's your
You
idea,
chose to
hey
take it
Bianca?
because uh,
What's your percentage of men, if you had to give a guess without looking it up, just off the top of your head, that have cheated?
not
Out of
honest.
out of men,
What?
what's the percentage would you say? Out of every 10?
90,
Okay.
90%.
So
Like
with the
they,
probability
cause
being
I
so,
don't think men cheat. I don't think men cheat off like emotion and how they care. They cheat because they feel like it's fat. It's in front of them, not knowing what the fuck is behind them. You know what I'm saying? Like like men cheat because of like stupid shit.
I
Mm,
came to a
You know
point.
what I'm saying?
mm.
I came to a point to where I got to feel like I like getting my ego stroked, and that's a
Yeah, that's
bad
some dumb
quality.
shit.
That's a bad
That's
quality to
dumb.
have. And
Yeah, that's a
and
little
when my
dumb.
girl stopped stroking my ego, I made the excuse of, well, I want to go hear somebody tell me I'm handsome, or I might want to go talk shit and flirt at a bar or something. When really that's unacceptable.
But listen, listen.
But for real, you gotta
Wait a minute.
understand
Wait a
that shit
minute.
can go both ways. You
Wait.
gotta understand that can go both ways
Of
because
course.
she's stroking your ego at the bar. Best believe your girl is her ego being stroked too.
But listen to
She
what.
chose to just come back home to you.
Right. Right. But listen to what he just said, and it's exactly what I was talking about. He said
I'm
because the reason why he even considered it is because he was missing something that he wasn't getting at home, right? And he felt the need to make a decision to go out and find what he thought he needed outside of the
But
home.
that's an excuse.
It's an excuse, but the reason why you use it as an excuse is because you didn't know how to communicate to, hey, this is what I need. This is
The
these are some of the
insecurity,
things because Brick said
That's
it.
what it is, Marcus. You said it. That's what it is. You
It's
said it.
about
It's the
the
insecurity.
insecurity is
the
me.
insecurity,
The insecurity is me now looking at myself in the mirror and saying I don't need to go get my ego
It's the
stroked.
but it's also
it's
love
the
language.
insecurity. So tell me, how can a chick compare or compete with your insecurity?
No, 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 no. It is about its insecurity, but it's also about its love language, right? Some men are affectionate,
You don't
right?
care about my love language. If you don't care what well, you don't care about
No,
my
no,
love
no.
language.
But you don't.
If you're out here doing you didn't give a fuck about my
No, no,
language.
no. You got.
You
But
should
listen,
learn my love
What
language.
he's
My
saying
love
is
what
maybe
language.
I'm.
you didn't learn his love
You
language.
didn't learn his love language. You didn't learn what turns him on, what keeps him focused, and what turns you on, and what keeps you focused. And that's the reason why,
Okay.
because we have to constantly know what fulfills each other's cups, right? And what keeps us
Okay,
happy and what
yeah,
keeps us
right. I
motivated.
agree with that.
We
Yeah,
gotta we gotta know
yeah.
that. But when we stop doing that, that's when the questions, the insecurities, and the bad decisions start coming in, and we start making moves that we shouldn't or we're not supposed to. That's the only reason why that happens. But what
So where does
if we
trust come into factor?
huh?
That's a good question.
When does what?
Where does trust come into factor?
Trust comes into
Because
factor. Trust
yeah,
should
because
always be a
let's be
basis.
clear. You're going to if you've been dealing with a person
Hmm.
6 months, at least 6 months,
Right.
you kind of know their love language. But
No.
we've seen it. You
No.
saying no?
I'm saying no. I'm
So
saying
what you
no.
been doing for 6 months?
What you've
Hey
been doing?
Bianca, let me ask you
Courting.
this question.
You've been courting. And trust. When you say where does
Wait a
trust
minute,
come into
wait a
play?
minute. In courting, you learn your love language. What have you been doing?
In,
Fucking.
in, in courting, you're learning each other. You're learning each other, who you are as a person, who you are as an
So
individual.
and
That's
so
not learning the love
so
language.
in learning each other, you don't learn your love language.
Not
You learn.
completely, not
You only
not
learn things that you like, and you only
That's
learn the
called
things that other
deep.
people like.
That's called what y'all talking about. That's called slow. That's what you
but
call it.
look, somebody in the chat just said any solid relationship takes 4 years.
and
I
you know
don't agree
what?
with that.
I
And,
don't know
and
where they got that term
no, no,
from.
no,
That's a
and
presidential election.
no, no, no. Let me vet that. Let me vet that, and I'm gonna vet that on this basis alone. Okay, the very hardest years of marriage are in the first 5 years. The hardest part of marriage is in the
I
first
believe it's in the first
5 years.
year. Your
No, no, no.
hardest in
Too
your
soon.
marriage. I've been married. When it's
Bianca
within the
talking her
first two
shit tonight.
years
Yeah.
because I'm on my shit. But what I'm saying is, when you learn dating, courting someone, that means you're learning them.
Mm-hmm.
You're you seeing what you like and what you don't like, what
Mm-hmm.
you can change and what you can't change,
Mm-hmm.
what you can
But
deal with and what
everybody's
you
not
can't
as
deal with.
genuine in the first 6 months, Bianca. To be honest with you.
You need to go there then.
They doing
If you're not genuine in 6 months,
no,
you just looking for a fuck and you can just go ahead.
no, no, no. They doing everything that you like.
Right. That's right.
They're doing everything that you like. There's a difference between everything that you like versus
Oh, you
everything
should
that you
put your
love.
boyfriend right there for real.
There's a huge difference on that because everything that you like, you'll be infatuated with that person. Everything that you love, if they meet every article of that, you will ride or die with that person, regardless of whatever's going on. And that's a big difference and it's a big commitment with that. And when you talk about trust, trust comes into place when you're able to openly communicate without fear of retribution or without fear of somebody or them looking at you differently and telling your innermost thoughts and emotions and feelings and being able to have a conversation where it's productive and say, okay, babe, I feel like this when I do this, or this is what I think of myself. What do you think, or how can we help each other to get better at this? And so there's a difference between, like I said, when I said 6 months courting, liking, we do everything that person likes because we want to stay in that person's good graces. We want to keep getting the WAP or whatever it is, and we want to stay there. When we start talking about commitment, that's when we start doing the stuff that we love. and that's when we start really sticking around, and we start thinking and changing our mindset and saying, okay, this is somebody I could possibly spend my life with. But then that still takes time to really get into that love part until it's surface. So
I don't know. I'm a little shaky with that one. Y'all a little time.
it's all good. It's all good.
But see, maybe
I'm a
maybe
little
that
shaky
tells you.
with the time.
But see, maybe that
You
tells you
make
different
sense.
levels of
I ain't gonna
commitment.
lie. You make sense. The time frame is just off for me
the time and look,
because I feel like this. If you're courting someone,
uh-huh.
what are you courting them for?
That and see, that's what you're looking at. This is how you base it, because when you're doing it, you're like, okay, why am I
I'm doing it
investing
for a
this time?
But
reason.
check
Because
this
I
out.
Right,
could
you're
be a
doing it
hoe
for a
and
reason.
I can grow
Somebody in the
all
chat
day.
said.
You feel me?
Right.
Somebody in the chat
I
said
could be a hoe. Y'all
courting
crazy.
can
I could
take
be a hoe and
courting
still
can
be
take more than
courted.
2 years. You hear me, Bianca? Somebody in the
Yeah.
chat said courting can take more than 2 years or more as well.
Well, when you get into a
If I'm
relationship,
with you
you
2 years, hold up. If I'm with you 2 years,
see,
you doing more than courting me.
see, and everybody's different
And
because
2 years?
you're dating with a purpose.
Time ain't waiting for nobody. Do y'all
You're
realize time ain't waiting for nobody? And 2 years?
you're dating for a purpose. You're
Yeah,
dating
I'm
for a
dating for.
purpose.
So that's the
Yeah,
plan. That's the thing. That's the thing.
that's
That's the
it.
thing with me. That's the thing with me. Now you
Right,
getting there. Now
I
right,
now
got
we
you.
talking
I
about
got
something.
you. I got you.
Because when I date, I'm dating for a reason.
right,
If I don't want nobody to call my own, I ain't dating you.
right.
I'm not going to date my girlfriend
Mm-hmm.
to not call her mine.
Right.
I'm going to date my girlfriend because I know good goddamn well she called me.
I
Mm-hmm.
know that's right.
And that's another thing with dudes and females. Because I don't understand y'all time frame. Y'all fuck me up today. I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, maybe
I
y'all
thought
just
this
All right.
know
was
what
my
y'all
guy.
want. Maybe y'all just know what y'all want in a faster. Maybe that's that level of
That's the
maturity they
point
say
of
women got.
dating.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you shouldn't be dating if you don't have a sense in what you want.
I agree.
Everybody's different. Everybody
You
comes to
shouldn't be
everybody comes to
dating.
the
You
game
should
for a
be a
different
hoe.
reason. Hey,
You
look,
feel me? Hoes
everybody
are.
comes to,
I like hoes.
yeah.
Okay, we can grow,
Right.
Hoes can grow.
but that's why I say that because before you start dating, you probably a hoe.
Hey Bianca,
Right.
before you go, can you regain somebody's trust when you lose it?
Yeah, you just gotta do a lot. You feel what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna lie, like yeah, you gotta do a lot to
Yeah.
regain some trust. But if you willing to regain the trust, like somebody who's wanting to be in your life,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to make it known. Like I want to be here.
That's love.
You're not get ready to court me for 2 fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
We
Ah,
together. We courted. We are.
be together.
We together. Okay. We are together. Me, my yak, my friends. We together.
That's love.
2 years.
2 years. 2
Me and
years.
my girlfriend been 2 years. Like we not. We. I wish the fuck she would talk about. Who the fuck y'all talking to? I'm not. I don't know. I got you. See, you're right. Marcus was right. Me dating. I know what I want.
Right.
You know
You
Not
what I'm
date
saying?
with
I
everybody
you
know
date
what
does.
I
with you
want.
date with
So people who
intention.
like
So
people,
yeah.
your phone is in the middle, babe. The right here.
B, we're gonna let you go. We about to wrap
Go
it
ahead,
up.
cause I'm going skate. And I love y'all.
All right, I love
Have
you.
fun, be
Love you.
safe.
So real talk. What up, King Chaos? Appreciate you sliding through. But look, real talk, man. Um, I was gonna ask it. I should ask you the question. But look, when if you got somebody to come in, wait a minute, is it okay to put pressure on someone? See, if they aren't to pop the question, if they aren't ready, but you feel they are the
Not
one
at
for you.
all. Not at all.
Ooh,
And see, that's what
no,
happens when you get into these long, like Bumpy Johnson was saying, these 4 year relationships, and you still aren't even married yet. And I don't think it's a bad thing. You
I don't
know,
think it's I don't think it's a bad thing either. At the same time, if you if you pop the question on them, um, you ain't have the right conversations.
Right.
If you pop in question on somebody, you're not having the right conversations with that person.
You gotta qualify.
You got
You
to
gotta
qualify. You got
qualify
to know where they are, know
before
where they
you ask
stand
for
with
that
it.
sale.
So I just watched this show right on Netflix called The Ultimatum. I don't know if y'all seen that. But if you haven't, I advise you to go check it out. It's crazy young people saying that they giving their spouse an ultimatum. They go on the show, give them an ultimatum, say marry me or we separating. And
Mm.
so what they do is they put all these couples together, and then they split them up and make them live with other people, other people within the couples, right? And they could, they live just like a married couple with the other people. Some of these cats ain't make it through. Some of these cats ain't make it through. Forcing stuff ain't it. 100%. But
I just don't understand how you would have to be in a position to have to force your partner to pop the question. Like that should be something, in my opinion, that's organic. Like it has to be a feel, it has to be a vibe. Like if you're prematurely, popping the question, I think your partner definitely has the right to say no.
mhm,
I don't think anybody should feel pressured to have to accept, a marriage because I love you. You know what I mean? Things are going great, but like I still got to figure out like my next 2 years. And I think it really comes down to it always comes back to that C word, communication.
mhm,
Having that communication and just having a plan. Like if you go into the relationship aimless and not really take it that serious, you might not get around to popping the question, for a long time. But like me and my girl right now, like we've been together. This will be our third year coming up, and I say it's been a lovely relationship. We've had our ups and downs. We've experienced a lot. We've got a beautiful baby, and we're not fully married, but people be engaged for 7 years. At the end of the day, you still going through life though.
yeah, we still and see that plays into the part, man. You just got to be talking about it. There's some people that have been dating, that are not legally married, but been together for 20 plus years. It's just been in the same house, you know, acting like husband and wife, and it's just what it is. Um,
Playing
but you gotta,
house.
like B said, you gotta be able to, yeah, you are married by common law, but you gotta be able to, one, communicate. But if you're dating and you're in a relationship, if you're dating with a purpose, then is it right to, do you do you not date that other person that doesn't have a purpose? Like B said, like Bianca said, if I'm dating, I'm be dating with a purpose. I'm be dating the court to get married one day. And the other person says, well, I want to date, but I don't know what I want to do yet.
Yeah, but speaking from the man's perspective, if I'm not ready for that commitment and she's telling me that she's dating, like, look, if this relationship works out, I see you being the one that I want to get married to. You got to take heed to that statement.
Right. But what I'm saying is, do you not date if that person
You
just
don't
because
date
they
her.
say, yeah,
If
does
you
she
know
not
for
give
a
that
fact,
person an
if
opportunity?
you know for a fact that you're not committing, Kate Dizzle, in my opinion, as a man, why would you want to sit there and date her if she's telling you, if this works, I want to get married?
Hmm.
And you're not there at that commitment stage, you're already setting yourself up for disaster, in my opinion.
Well, if she says that this works, I want to get married. You say, yeah, if this works, I might want to get married too, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't commit to
but
you on
but
that.
you playing a game at that point,
Am
though.
I playing a game?
Yeah, because at that point you getting your cake and eating it too. Because she's trying to get a serious person that's gonna, like you said, play house,
Hmm.
and you want to get, you want to spend time and get to know a beautiful woman for the benefits that you want
Hmm.
when you want it. So I just think you be setting yourself up for
You think you
disaster.
set yourself up?
Like Brick City said, why date if you don't plan to marry though? I'm not dating for sport. This not high school, no more college over too. If we're not building something, move around, get away from me.
Yeah.
If
If
you
you
want
want
to
to
play,
play,
just
just
leave me
leave
the
me
fuck alone.
yeah.
See what I'm saying? People want to know up front, and Erica's cool with that. She's probably like, hey, let me know if you're not serious.
But I'm gonna tell you,
I
most
guarantee you, a woman will appreciate that
a
more.
woman will appreciate that, but most men will lie
Absolutely.
just to get to the wop and then waste your time. And that's what makes it even harder. People tell you what they want the first 6 months. They kind of reflect what they want. She said, "Because I'll be damned if I force a man to marry me after 6 years of dating. He better know what he wants from me." Dating is a part of courtship. Communication is important. You have to be upfront with the intentions. Um, yeah.
Great show, man.
Look,
A lot of great conversation. Bianca came through,
look, man.
represented the HCG movement.
ACG movement. But you look, man, you gotta be like you said, you gotta be straight. You gotta be upfront. Most I will take
But you
this.
contradicting yourself because you just said most men gonna lie to get in the door.
Most men are gonna lie to
I
get in
just
the
want to
door.
get in the I just want to get in the
Get the
door.
cheeks. Exactly. To get the wow. So um Brick said they'll tell you in the first 6 months, they kind of reflect what they want. People will tell you through basic conversation. You don't need to take 6 months. It can be a week-long discussion, and they will tell you what they want up front. You just
And
got to
I
be
think
able to listen to what they're saying and the words that they're using. Listen closely.
I think women have the intuition of knowing if a man's going to be serious about that commitment. I
Mm,
do think women have that ability, and sometimes they play themselves because they know that man ain't ready to settle down.
mm-hmm,
And I'm not trying to talk shit to women about that. It just happens.
mm,
Like
mm,
you said, not every man's gonna come in and say, yeah, I just want to have some fun, dabble here and there, and do what I got to do. They might play like what you told Bianca. They might play the perfect guy for 6 months.
mm-hmm.
As
Yeah,
fucked up as that sounds.
yeah, yeah. It's perfect. You in customer service, fix your relationships. That was right thing to do. Customer. I tell anybody do customer service. They'll learn how to listen. Look, maybe next week we talk about those men or those women who test those relationships on purpose, who test those commitments to see a committed man, see a committed woman, and test those on purpose. Go after them physically, because like I told you before, and I tell all the men that I know, the moment they get that ring, it's like every beautiful woman that comes around like what's the one that was always coming after Frodo? you got you got
After
the ring
that,
on now. At
yeah.
that point, every woman comes. It's a magnet. It's a crazy ass magnet. So maybe we talk about the the intentions of the one who try to test that theory. They see a good man. They see a faithful man. They see a good woman. They see a faithful woman,
And they
and
want
go
to fuck
after
it up.
and are the creatures of chaos. Maybe we talk about the creatures of
I'm
chaos.
telling you, man.
He's getting your ass whooped for lying. Help me not to lie. Yeah, that'll do it. Um, all the women you want from the time to oh, bro, it is not even a game, man. It's not even a game. Women like that piss you off. Men like that piss you off. I mean, maybe we talk about that. Let's find some. Let's see if we can find some. Let's find some women who go after men with rings.
There's some women out here
It's
that
a lot.
that actually live their life like that. That don't want the drama that comes with a married man. And honestly, be, to my surprise, again, my therapist told me that he said he does, cases with women,
Hmm.
and he said that these women say they don't want everything that comes with being with the man.
They
So
just
women
want the
got
man.
women have their feelings about what they want to. Don't think it's
Hmm.
just men.
Yeah.
And I think when you lie to yourself and you go into that relationship, like Erica said, that's where you fucking up.
Hmm. For sure. So tell them where they can find us, man.
Great show, man. We definitely did a stretch tonight, but it's one of those topics, man. You can find us on Facebook.com/the ADU podcast, YouTube.com/the ADU podcast. Please submit your entries for any black business promotion that you can to the all dressed up podcast at gmail.com. You can always find me on Hef Streams everywhere, Young Hef Streams on Twitch. My man Kate Dizzle DC is everywhere on all platforms, but you can't catch him. He's like the new Obama. You know what I'm saying? If you schedule a conversation, just schedule it. That's all I tell you to do. But other than that, though, man, find us on Spotify and iTunes when you're not able to catch us live, and check us out. Please like and share and subscribe. Get our YouTube channel going. Support us. We love to support you guys, and we love you.
We love it. We love it, man. Tonight was good. Tonight was good. We got everybody and everything in there. It was a good conversation. I mean, because and we're gonna have to expand on it for the main simple fact that um, it's a lot of different ideas and avenues we can go with that. But let's go on the other half, man. Those creatures of chaos that come after you.
Yeah,
I think that's
let's
important.
do it.
Let's find some. Let's find some that are willing to admit it.
I
and
saw a
get
link. Remind me. I saw a link. I'm gonna send you. We can play it next week.
Okay.
I
Okay.
saw a
We can
creature
do
of chaos referring to her thing. We'll talk
that.
about it. To her box.
To her box.
Yeah.
Without further ado, man, we love y'all. We'll see y'all next Sunday. We out, y'all. Peace out.
And you know, and I know, and they know, and we know, we go all in, you know, and I know, and they know, 'cause we know.